Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of the Seercast. I am ePiKnight, and with me today is Geena.
Waiting for a better moment to go crazy and blow up the world.
Fang.
I want apple pie!
Kitten.
I have nothing creative to say!
Lore fail. Urge.
Master, there's a 91% chance that our progress is blocked by that gate.
Lime.
I'm glad the Wizard's Tower is finally caught up to my designs.
And we have Jascertes, Habblet, and Walter in the chat. So, as most of you know, we have a new quest to talk about today. We're going to be talking a bit about the Heart of Stone.
Well, it's been pretty controversial on the forums, but I'm pretty sure most of us here like it.
Yeah, I would say that's...
Because we're not scrubs.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty much accurate.
Habblet doesn't act.
Does Habblet not like it, or is Habblet just a scrub? I don't know what that was about. Oh, Habblet doesn't like it. Rip.
Then he is a scrub.
Yep, fair enough.
I'm mixed on it as well.
I'm mixed, but in general I like it. But we have a couple other quick things to mention. Patch Week was a thing that gave presets for max completionist cape. Things. You can apparently pull barrels in dungeoneering puzzles, and Melzar the Mad is no longer in a rush to spam players about tea and custard.
Yes.
Yay!
So those are useful updates for everybody to know about. There's also a Treasure Trails update that was underwhelming at best.
Well, we know at least one person who got Third Age because of it.
And who is that?
Stanton.
Stan, gosh.
Oh dear.
That lucky duck. Got a Third Age cape.
Third Age Druidic or just Third
Druidic.
Age?
Druidic cape.
Oh my
He
god.
gave me 10 mil of it too.
How much did he make off of that?
He made 820 mil.
Jesus.
From NPC, in fact.
Oh my
He
god.
bought it off him.
That is a bit of profit. Yeah, so Third Age Druidic, still expensive. And this has been your market update for this week.
Yes.
Still don't have a graphic for that.
We're working on the graphic for that. Live.
Yep. I might need your face.
I could put on the suit right now.
Do it after the cast. Anyways, but yeah, so Treasure Trails is a thing. There's new trails for different levels. The rewards are in general better. There were lots of bugs. You can get effigies now. And Yay dies.
Lamps. Or, not XP lamps, prismatic fallen stars.
I remember there was a glitch on, what was it, week of release?
Probably
That if you died a longbow, you couldn't shoot with it.
You couldn't shoot arrows with it.
Longbow cannot into Shadow Realm.
That is a bit of a,
Issue.
problem.
Yeah, big problem.
They fixed it halfway. How'd they only fix it halfway, Walter? Please tell us.
Once you color it, it becomes not a weapon, but a piece of art.
You can't confirm the patch notes. It says it can say that it can fire Araxi arrows, but it can fire all arrows.
That's not technically fixing it halfway, because technically they haven't made it fire all arrows yet.
Well, they can try.
Well, either way, they done goofed. Yeah. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say about the Treasure Trails update.
I actually had quite a bit of fun with it, to be honest. It made trails at least somewhat worth doing again, at least on the first couple days, as, prices started going crazy again. Unfortunately, it's still filled with those items that have 700k GE values, but sell for 10k, so... Mixed bag there. I got this one, I was, so excited, I finished a hard scroll, because I wasn't getting an elite, and I was tired of dropping them. So, I complete it, and it's done, it's 880k, I'm like, whoo! I just made some actual money off a treasure trail. Zeroshian, ancient full helm, whatever it is. So I go to sell it. Doesn't sell. Drop it. 10% doesn't sell. Drop it. 50% doesn't sell. I end up elking it. Because it would not sell for elk price.
I would I would have just plopped it on the G for like 600k and just left it there. And maybe 3 months later somebody will buy it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Potentially.
Yeah, Timbo force
I
change
can't
G values blocks.
Yeah. I can't afford to waste a GE slot because I'm desperately buying bonds at all times now.
Rip.
Ship. God, I don't have enough.
Yeah, I guess we probably won't mention the gold membership that is coming up much, but
well, we don't really have
too
the information.
Too expensive.
Yeah. I mean, all the information hits on Monday.
I think a huge portion of us are still paying $5 a month.
Yeah.
Like almost all of us are still paying $5 a month.
I think I might be paying $5.95, but
yeah, I'm at either 5 or 6. But yeah, so it's at this point it actually isn't worth it for me to buy the gold. It was worth it the first year, and I did, and I enjoyed it. And I still have coins left over.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
See, I'm more than happy to just buy it with bonds. It means I'm not spending $83 on membership anyway.
Fair enough. But,
right.
okay, yeah. So, that covers that stuff. We'll just go straight into Heart of Stone from here. Heart of Stone was, what was it, an intermediate level quest?
yes.
Intermediate, our first one in a while.
Yeah.
Yes. It was an intermediate level quest, and it featured a signature hero. Actually two
signature heroes.
And it actually ended up killing one of them.
Rip.
And not necessarily.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that a little bit later. About the not necessarily part.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so it involved Xenia and Ariane. I'm still a little bit sad that it didn't involve Philippe, but, you know, can't have everything.
Whatever.
Xenia apparently killed a wizard named Pablo.
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 And cue,
Don't do it, Pablo!
Cue various pop culture references here. Strangely killing a man when you aren't the main character is a big deal. Amazing how that works.
Exactly.
Yeah, just because I wanted to check, there has not been an intermediate quest since July 2012, and that was Carnelian Rising.
Also,
Speaking of Philippe.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out that his name was Pablo Corvusa, and Corvus means Raven, so yeah, thanks Raven.
Oh, Raven.
In any case, Xenia killed this wizard in order to gain research notes, belonging to Ariane, so, okay. And this was teleportation research.
Yeah, and then we basically track Xenia to the four different locations of the elder goddess mouthpieces, I guess you want to call them.
Yes, and we end up following her to what we believe where Ma would have been located, which was in Lumbridge, because Lumbridge is apparently the most important city ever.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course Lumbridge is important.
Also, we have the best character in the quest, who's called Kibble.
Yep.
Or Kibble, or
He's my bae.
any variation of kibbles and bits. It has a terrible joke subroutine, so it has been classified as a lime bot. And it's there to track the teleports that Xena has used from place to place.
Actually, Kipple's interface revealed a bunch about magic. Well, it confirmed a bunch about magic that I saw in a few theories. That it's like each rune has their own magical frequency, and you can tell that from the
bouncing
interface.
ball.
Yes, the bouncing ball.
The bouncy red ball.
That we couldn't figure out what was going on because there was zero prompt for it. They didn't take anybody else forever to actually figure that out. I found the first 2 or 3 by trial and error.
Yeah,
And
I
was
had
like,
no
oh.
idea.
By accident. And then I started slowly realizing what to do, and by the time I was done, I was like, why did I have trouble with this? And then I remembered, we didn't get instructions.
It took me all the way up to the jazz one to even figure out how it worked.
Oh, gee.
I think I got it on the second one.
Setting them randomly.
Hey,
What?
it is time for story time with Storyline.
Oh boy.
Already?
Yes,
boy.
I know.
I'm gonna eat for this with my dinner and everything.
I start doing the quest, and I see this little golem. I'm like, hey, Linebot, this is going to be cool. And then I open up the interface, and I have no idea what I'm doing.
As in real life. I mean, what?
Yeah, like, let's be honest here. Whenever you look at somebody else's code, you need to spend a good hour just staring at it, figuring out what's going on. And you gotta do that every time you boot it up, even if it's your own code.
Meanwhile, Ariane's standing there going, can you get a move on? She's kind of trying to kill everybody.
Chop chop.
Alright. So,
Chop chop, hang on.
Go
I'm
live.
not done bonding yet.
I randomly hit buttons, and eventually I managed to get a fix on the teleportation frequency. I go to Ice Mountain and everything's done there. So then it comes again. So I try and figure it out again. At this point I'm moving like my pad and pen closer to me, but I'm like, no, not yet.
No, not yet.
I continue hitting random buttons,
I must
and
resist.
eventually I get to the next, eventually I get to the next one.
On a side note, I believe his pad simply says, Puzzles by Maud Dillon on the top of it. And then 20 pages into it, other puzzles.
Oh.
So eventually, I get to the point where I just get out my pen, and after typing random buttons on the third go, I just writing down everything I know, like all the rune values and everything, and all the rune values that I will need for finishing the next puzzle. So then I'm finally ready to fix everything. I hit one button randomly, it solves. And that was the last puzzle I needed to do.
Wrecked. The last one took forever for me. I couldn't figure out, because there's like, is it random for everybody, or is it,
I think
No,
it's
it's excuse me. It's guidable, I think.
Yeah, it is.
okay. But yeah, then in that case, I needed just fire and cosmic. I needed they on both of the wheels, they were in the exact most inconvenient place for it to make the puzzle work.
I think that's intentional.
Yeah, I'm sure it was, but it was, that one took me a while, cause I was just playing around with it. I don't know, on both wheels I couldn't make it work.
It was Raven's revenge for letting Stu make the, Plague's End puzzle too easy. Look at this, Stu. I'm doing intermediate quest, and this is harder than that.
Deal with it, Stu.
I really like the puzzle
Come
with
at me,
this,
bro.
even though it ruined my self-proclaimed unit of magical measure, arc limes.
Arc limes.
Arc limes. That's what I was going with for my theories.
Are these measured in owls?
It is measured in AL.
So, owls.
Oh, yes, in owls.
Owls. Not to be confused
but now
with
we're using
owls.
MR.
16 owls. Not to be confused with 16 owls.
Oh dear.
Cue picture of an owl. But yeah.
Yes.
So
Anyways.
we don't know what MR stands for, but apparently Mod Raven does, so that's he's got that going for him.
Fun
What
fact.
MR stands for?
Millie Runes
Mod
or
Raven.
something. It probably does stand for Mod Raven, though.
You're like, Mod Raven?
Because that makes sense canonically.
It probably, I wouldn't be surprised if it is Mod Raven.
Existence, yeah.
But, it reminds me of how in Vindy Brynn named the unit of measurement after himself.
Oh dear.
Oh boy. Mod Raven, please. Don't turn into a Brynn.
That's 16 Mod Ravens.
Anyways. 16 Mod Ravens.
This happens so much. Everyone wants to name a unit of measure after themselves.
Yeah.
Well, it sort of kind of
Says
immortalizes
who
you.
named the unit of measurement after himself.
It
Well,
sort of
no,
kind of
and then-
immortalizes you until the next guy says, oh no, it's gonna be named after me instead.
And no. What was even weirder was when Shiraki, and this is going way off topic, Shiraki and William were doing
what we're good
something, and they had to come up with the unit of distance. And they said oh, this is gonna be a really cool unit of distance, it's gonna be measured in Williams and Shiraki's. And it ended up being a decimeter.
Oh my
Okay.
god. Oh,
1/10
you
of a
guys.
meter.
I think I've decided that I'm gonna hijack arc limes and turn them into a Mascavolts.
Nice.
Oh dear.
New unit of measurement.
Anyways.
A mask of
In any case,
Moving
we
on.
discovered that each rune has its own frequency or magical power. I'm gonna figure out what that means, but it's gonna go into a lot into power blends off of my theory. And we're gonna talk about that later, along with a bunch of magic stuff.
Yep. Yeah, so we go to Kipple and then track Xenia around the world, do a few puzzles. The puzzles, I couldn't figure out the one with the voltages. I ended up just randomly mashing buttons until I finally got it.
Yeah, I'm actually not certain if there's actually a solution, and instead you just have to click a certain number of times, then it's like, okay, you can get through now.
I do wonder if that would be a very Raven thing to do. That'd be so Raven to do. Oh my god.
That's so Raven.
No. No.
You can see.
No.
Kitten, get on this Photoshop.
No.
I'm working on it. Well, so far I have a really terrifying picture of Raven and Kipple, so.
Okay, that's good.
In any case,
That's
I
acceptable.
completely nailed that one.
Yep, nailed it.
Yeah, I got that puzzle.
I got the first 4 things of it, and I sat there for 10 minutes trying to figure out the last bit. I was like, okay, so if I do this, it goes up by 3. If I do this again, it goes down by 6. What?
Yeah. It went down by 9, and then I pressed a couple more buttons, and it's like, hey, you did it! I'm like,
Yeah, I know.
okay.
where I remove 1 and it goes down by 20, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I remove the one next to it, it goes back up by 20, I'm like, I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Oh my god, I had so much trouble with the last one, because you know how they like randomly reset after each one?
Yeah.
I had much trouble, because I kept clicking buttons and nothing was changing. And then I noticed that I'd forgotten to activate the thing that funnels the power.
Yeah, that happened to me.
Yeah.
Oh god.
What do I need to...
Oh. Oh. Oops. Also, the fire spam challenge was, interesting.
That was the first one I did, and I was like...
same first one for me too.
I didn't really mind it, like...
Just kind of stood there, turned on auto retaliate, and fired away.
I was like, this deals damage to me, let's not stand in it.
Yep, that's pretty much what it
Yeah.
comes down to. Except when there's 4 of them that decide to stack on top of each other. I guess if you weren't careful, you could make it so that, like, the entire room is covered in flames.
Yeah.
I was maging, and
Just
that
burn
had a
yourself.
bunch of AoE on short cooldown, so I was just sitting there like, AoE. Now
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was for me too. Except I was ranged. But
I was
still.
Range.
Either way, like, ranged attacks is great for that.
Yeah.
I do want to mention that, Wen is on the top of the White Wolf Mountain and not on Ice Mountain.
If I may, I specifically asked Raven about that, and he goes, that's very interesting, isn't it? And then just nudged.
Yep.
Either
it's
he
intentional.
screwed up really hard and is trying really hard to cover it up, or it's very intentional.
I assume it's very
According
intentional.
to some thread I read, it is totally intentional.
I would
It's
assume it's intentional. I think
Must
Rowley
doubt
said
they
something
write-
similar to that. There's like, there's a reason for this. I mean, who
But we'll
knows?
find out.
Yeah,
eventually.
we'll find out
Yeah.
that one soon enough. Wenkrod declares that we are Tukar, which was interesting. But yeah, we know the Elder God locations were where we pretty much expect them to be, except for Wen. Full is on Karamja near the Volcano. Bick is on Intrana. Jas is east of Sophanem, near Ulek. And yeah, so I mean that's pretty much everything.
Surprisingly
we expected.
enough, like, I thought of this before, but there's a lot of, like, underground, there's a lot of civilizations where the Elder Gods are. Like,
Yeah.
Joss had Ulick, at least I thought previously, Wen had
Camdozel.
Camdazal.
Camdazal. At this point we could just call it Taverley and Birthrope.
Yeah.
Dwarves. I mean,
At the
Yeah.
time, the dwarves.
Taverthorpe, yeah.
Yeah.
And
then-
then there's Bick with Antrana and,
And
Sure.
well,
the Dazar. And the Takar.
Yep.
yeah.
It's the way that they set the myth that they talk about the Tokkar makes it seem like less of a civilization, though. It's interesting the way, way that Full talks about it, and I mean, Full is an asshole, but
she doesn't say Tokkar. She says Tazar when you walk up to her.
Wait, what? No, she doesn't. She talks about Tokkar.
Yeah, but she originally says Tazar. Like, she specifically notes, like, she's basically sitting there reading your mind, and since you know about the Tsar, she knows about the Tsar, and actually asks if you're a Tsar originally. It caught my eye.
I can't remember. Whatever. Yeah. It's either way, Full does immediately ask if we're Tokkar or Tsar.
Yeah. It weirded me out until I realized what was going on, because it was the first one I went to. I'm like, how do you know about the Tsar? You're supposed to be sleeping.
Well, they made the... Oh, well...
No, they made the Tokkar.
Oh, they made the Tokkar.
That's why it was weird.
Yeah. I can't remember the relationship between those two.
The Tsar were once the Tokkar.
I got that much.
They separated a long time ago. They were,
And are now considered, or were considered weaklings.
Well, what's to say that didn't happen before? Well, I mean, we know that the Tokkar were still in contact with the Elder Gods for quite some time. So it's why
during the Tsar quests, it's implied that the Tsar are fairly recent, like within the last couple ages.
Oh,
so this would not have happened pre-First Age. So basically, Full would arguably not be aware of them. So it's basically demonstrating these mouthpieces' abilities to read just anything they want from your head. Especially as evidenced by the Jascertes.
Well, the Jascertes doesn't need to read it from your head. She can just look back in time and see you sleeping and partying hard and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Walter says in the thread, the Elders left Fulcron no way to repair itself other than the Tsar. It is worth noting that they show the ability to read your mind, so it is very possible that they use Tsar here due to the player recognizing creatures that it knows as Tokkar as Tsar. So, yeah. And Fulcron can apparently make the Tsar dance. But yeah.
Yes. So, how many people actually said go do it?
Yes.
I did.
I really wanted to, but I didn't.
Maybe that's the reason your kibble does dubstep.
Oh, I got dubstep kipples, and apparently that must be due to having the Tsar have a rave party.
Please tell me they actually show up and start dancing.
Oh my god.
No.
She was like, yes, I'm doing it, how they dance, or something that's really funny. But.
Yeah,
I was so hopeful, like, I wanted to press it because I was really hoping there would be a puff of smoke and then like a dance party starts.
Or you could like scry on them. It's like,
yeah. I was hopeful.
Imagine the animations
I
time for that.
I want to see them dance, not you go do it off. Well, I can't even tell.
Yeah. Like, imagine.
I can make dance. You don't get to watch, but I can.
Yeah.
I was like, that seems kind of pointless, doesn't it? He's like, I don't care, I can do it.
This is all I ever want in the world, to see them dance, and look what you're doing to me.
Anyways.
My dream of the Tsar hero, I mean, come on.
Anyways, but yeah, so, moving on from that, we go from there. We solve the puzzle in Jas's room, that is basically use this piece on this piece and don't mess up.
I would like to say that I really liked how the memory shards looked like the Stone of Jas pieces.
Yeah, it looked like all together they would make up the stone, or like, yeah, a golf ball looking Stone of Jas thing. But
which makes me wonder, the Stone of Jas is just like a memory cube. Memory sphere.
It's a companion cube.
No. It's like a memory sphere. It just tells you how to do this stuff.
Jas's GLaDOS confirmed.
Oh dear.
Anyways.
Please remember that if you hear the memory spheres talking to you, to please talk to your nearest specialist.
The Stone of Jas is actually a lemon that will burn your house down.
Oh.
Anyways, moving on. Portal
But
references
they're
aside.
trying to get it to burn, but instead they just attach some dragonkin to it, so...
Yeah. Close
I mean,
enough.
it's still the thing, right?
Close enough. Anyways, so we talked to Jas. Jas says, Xenia is siphoning energy from the Anima Mundi, and that's bad. That's bad, Mkai. And then, we go and confront Xenia. Xenia gets wrecked. Kipple gets wrecked. Rip. And
that was
over.
I got sad at Kipple wreck.
It's like, no! And then we get another Kipple, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, some questions to consider. When did Xenia steal the research information, and for what purpose? And when did she see Freniske, and in what manner?
It's the same way
Freniske.
Curdal did. Just go start stabbing Moosepaw.
Last time I killed Muspa.
How did
I
you kill
stabbed the
Muspa,
crap
Curdal?
out of them.
I stabbed them. But where did you stab them, Curdal? In their bodies!
Really? Yes.
Oh god.
But what location? Well, generally around like the rib cage. I think that's where it's located. Oh, Curdal! That's not what I mean!
God damn it, Curdal. God damn it, Curdal. Oh my god.
Standing when you stabbed them! Generally in front of them! Sometimes on the side or behind, but usually in front!
Stop.
Oh my god. That sounds like such a thing that, oh my god.
It sounds like I made a for Curdal.
Dang, did you take your meds this month?
Anyways.
No, I just ate some apple pie though, and it was delicious, and I'm really tired.
But yeah, anyways, actual constructive questions to consider.
Yes, but yeah, we can't just spam that.
How did she actually see Freniske? Like, what?
Well, I think that they're gonna expand on this, definitely.
My
And
guess,
the most generic response ever.
Curdal is, I was gonna say,
She used
Curdal
a teleport
probably used a
spell.
teleport spell, just like Senya. But she was smart enough to not be corrupted and possessed.
Yeah. Alright, so Xenia plans to stop the Elder Gods. Wait. I am in the complete wrong area.
Yeah.
Keep going, ignore me.
Well done. But yeah, so it's just, and then we know that about the research information itself, that the research was a treatise on the inner mechanics of teleportation, an investigation into crossing the barrier between planes, and the transfer of matter and energy through them.
Yes.
Yeah, took it straight into the abyss, met an ancient creature, probably the Hostilius.
Well, I thought it was Hostilius.
That's my first thought. Is it not Hostilius? Do we know?
Well, it looked like that prehistoric abyssal guy was the guy, but I guess the prehistoric abyssal could have been like a minion of Hostilius.
I felt like that was kind of a minion-y kind of thing. Why the telly that no one can follow? Where did she even learn that spell? Yeah, like these are the questions that we don't know right now.
Well, I mean, in the quest, didn't it say that she, learned the spell from the wizard's tower itself? Like, she just uncovered it in research, tried it out, and stumbled across the demon?
It could have been that, Xenia's pretty old. She could have just used one of the first teleport spells that they taught her.
That's true. Yeah, she's only 300, 400-ish.
She's not that old.
Yeah, she's not an elf.
I mean, she's like a normal age for a person, but yeah, she's no spring chicken, I guess.
Yeah.
Who's
the witch that the prehistorical?
Yes, Walter and I had a discussion about this. Everyone's immediate jump was the witch was Xenia. But it could be read in a completely different way, and that Xenia almost saved the world by destroying all the anima. And Ariane was the one who sealed the fate by getting rid of Xenia.
Yeah, there a lot of the stuff at the end of this quest is basically like, okay, so which side is actually right here? Or which side is correct? I don't even know how to word it, like, which side is doing the right thing?
Which side doomed the world?
You have doomed this world! In before Nomad.
Yeah, that was Nomad in another, very elaborate costume.
Speaking of Nomad, is Xenia dead?
Probably
yes.
No.
No.
I mean, the camera angle was really awkward and she fell into a portal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She went into the abyss, though.
Yeah, I was like,
she's
wait.
gone into the abyss before.
But she went before willingly. And Ariane talks about, oh, well, I killed her. But it's hard to say. Yeah, it's just so difficult to say.
I mean, it was very, very purposely obscure, and Raven was even taunting about it afterwards when I and others asked, and he said, well, who knows?
Yeah. God damn it, Raven.
So, I like to think, I mean, she's an experienced adventurer. It's not like she wouldn't be able to try and survive, right?
She also took a fire spell to her side.
And fell through a portal. It's not like she's ridiculously injured. I mean, I really don't think a single spell would OTK in, fairly strong warrior. I mean, it took a lot to take down Xenavivia.
Wait, so when did she take a fire spell? He didn't take a fire spell.
Ariane cast a splitter that hit her.
That wasn't a fire spell. That was just some...
It was a fire.
It was a
No, it
generic
wasn't.
spell.
It was a generic spell. It wasn't fire.
Well, that was definitely a fireball that she, dragged.
It was blue.
It actually, I was gonna say, it actually looked more like a water spell.
Yeah.
It was blue.
This reminds me of the discussion that I was having about the dot in Kippel's thing, and somebody was asking about it, and I was like, the red dot, and they go, wait, I thought it was green.
It was definitely red.
Exactly!
Lime, I believe you're hallucinating. But this was, I mean, I can bring up screenshots. It was blue. Phosphor dust
the
fell.
Fire Nation attacked.
Everything changed. Oh dear.
It was certainly red, I swear.
It was blue. But yeah, aside from bickering about whether it was blue or red, yeah, like, it seems,
Red dog.
I don't even know. There's no confirmation of her death, which is, I guess, the important part. And since they like making things vague, this is what we'll be talking about for the next year.
Yeah, it's like we kind of know she'll be back. She'll be
Is
back.
Xenia dead? I guess at worst she'll be back as a zombie.
Yeah,
No,
they're
no.
a little scared.
To bring her back to life, we have to do the Saradomin heist, where we steal the Wand of Resurrection from him.
Oh no.
And we bring her back to life, but it also corrupts her arm, so that she and Owen can play, arm wrestle with their screwed up arms.
What
No.
even?
What?
Will they arm wrestle with my arm?
Yes. He'll actually be the judge. My
And
arm's big arm
so-
wrestling contest.
And so it begins.
Rune Labs next year.
Oh no. Oh no.
The bad
Anyways,
excuse.
just
The
no.
she'll be brought back as the undead champion of an army of soulless mechanical abyssals.
Yes.
Oh, it's more, I mean, it has a better ring to it.
And, in any case, let's keep going.
Yeah, I think it may be Lime time. I believe it may be Lime time.
Right.
Alright.
Well,
Everybody sit back, find something enjoyable to do.
Walter, get your fingers ready because you're going to be spamming at me.
Can I be the voice of Walter for this?
Sure, you can be the voice of Walter. Let me just.
Walter,
Always.
what accent do you want?
Oh no. No.
Let's not do this. Let's not do this.
We're not going there.
Let's not.
Can we not?
Alright. So, Walter, I'm just gonna read what Walter wrote here for the first part. A few years ago, and this is in real time, a young wizard named Phoenix proposed a theorem to the Wizard's Tower. He theorized that the rune altars would eventually run out of power. And then this update, all of the wizards managed to get to every single one of the rune altars. Of course, they use their trusty wizard's hoods, wicked hoods, in order to get there, because who runs nowadays?
Wicked hood for the win.
So, in effect, it would end human magic forever, because, we can't use magic without runes unless it's an ability or something, whatever. The wizards were unable to prove this theorem wrong, which led to the creation of the rune span, which is essentially a plane where rune energy is just rampant. It's not bound to anything, it just kind of floats everywhere. So, what Walter is what else is it saying here? And it's also said in one of the mouthpieces conversations that,
I think it's discussion.
I will say this specifically. Your frivolous use of magic endangers the great task. You and your kind should cease immediately.
That was definitely when.
Yeah,
yes,
that was
when.
Yeah. When was like, I kill everything.
Yeah. Using my food. Stop using my food because I need to use it to destroy everything.
Because I need to eat it.
I'm not.
So, as the elders drain what I think Walter's writing here is that our use of magic is contributing to the drain of anima on the world. And even though we're generating anima ourselves back into the world for the elders to eat, that anima is going to run out between their appetites and our usage of it. So, there's that wonderful thought. It also says during the quest that as Xenia has damaged the flow and risks losing the power of anima forever, which damages the world irreparably. If power is lost, only those who possess artifacts will wield powers. So what Walter is saying is that Phoenix was right, but he doesn't understand the real issue. It's that magic will eventually run out, but that's because the elders are eating it.
Yeah.
We are yes.
Go on.
We ourselves, we're using up the magic in the world, but the elders are using it up faster, and we're the ones who are regenerating it.
Yes.
So that was the initial flaw in the rune altar is running out of power. That is a sign that the elders are getting close to the end of they're getting close to cleaning their plate, it's called.
Yeah. I mean, it's a question of also what kind of a degree is it that we're using it versus the elders? And it makes sense because Phoenix doesn't know about, he doesn't know how that the Elder Gods exist. That's not common knowledge. I'm kind of surprised that Xenia knows.
Yeah, the Wizard's Tower compared to all the other magical institutions plus the player in the entire game is pretty backward. They don't know anything. Well,
how
they don't
does
know
Xenia know that the Elder Gods exist?
That was explained. She
said it very early during the quest, right? It was old scrolls and stuff like that.
Yeah. She started to put together that there were creatures that had created the world and that it was not Gothics, had nothing to do with Gothics. And slowly she began to find further information. She got that teleport scroll, and that's
to get new people.
The Abyss basically confirmed it.
Yes, this is designed to get new people to understand the lore where we are right now. I think that's the intention behind the quest. This is bringing people up to speed. So all of you haters who are saying that we got no lore out of this, shut up, because this is getting you more lore people, and that is good.
Exactly.
So, another thing is that, I'd like to bring up is that this actually shatters every theory that was out there before this quest.
Especially yours.
Several of mine. Thanks, Raven. It was beautiful, actually, how many theories were destroyed by this quest. And I'm not being sarcastic, I legitimately enjoy this.
Sometime tomorrow at the Jagex Studios, you'll hear a quiet, "You're welcome, Lime."
Whispered to a potted plant.
The plant will cherish that memory forever.
Oh, the plant. Oh, I remember that.
Them throwbacks. In any case, most of the theories that I read it was based around the anima in Magic being used from your soul. Like the consideration here is that your soul is made out of anima. And I'm using like 3 different pronunciations here. And we learned that
the anima's anima.
It's anima.
Anima or anima or
Just
whatever.
Anima.
Shut up, I'll get there eventually.
Maybe it's
So,
anima.
they consider, like, everyone thought that the magic that goes into your spells comes from your soul, and we just casually regenerate anima all the time. So what this quest did was, by saying that removing the world's anima will just get rid of everyone's magic, that essentially destroys the theory because it confirms that the anima in your magic comes from the world. We are and it does make sense. Who would want to mess with their soul?
Yeah.
Like, you don't mess around with that. So,
Nope.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Just no.
Yep.
We're all in agreement here.
So,
Question.
the magic,
Ballor, please. Don't touch my soul, bro. Maybe the gods do.
Don't soul me, bro!
well, actually, automatons can cast magic, and if it's, hang on, what is Habblet saying? Like, forget Habblet. He's saying that automatons can cast magic, but that doesn't mean anything. You can trap anima into something, I assume.
Hashtag game mechanics.
Yep.
Hashtag game mechanics.
Oh
Yep.
god.
Yes. Like, anima, it can carry memories, and my definition of soul here is just like a conglomeration of anima that contains memories of a life.
Jascertes.
I.e.
We know
divination.
anima isn't simple, stuff. Yeah.
This is magical theory right here, guys.
Stuff.
With such scientific terms as stuff.
Yes.
This is the new life physics, guys.
Babies don't have souls confirmed.
You just alright guys, this is our
That's
line
why the
physics.
elder goddesses hate us. As we grow, we devour more and more anima as we gain more and more memories.
Actually, that sounds a lot like Amascut.
Yum.
Go figure.
Yeah,
And
she
it-
has to walk. She keeps eating.
So, what this is essentially saying is that the magic that goes into your spells comes from the world. So if somebody were to, let's say, get rid of all of that anima, then you would temporarily have a situation where nobody could cast any spells except for those who have, like, a magical charge in them. Or an artifact. So, like, Majrat, I think they would still be able to, use magic and gods.
Yeah.
So basically,
Majrat probably gods,
Some of them.
maybe. It kind
So
of depends
basically-
on where they got their, it seems like it depends on like where they got their power from, possibly.
and
And
I'm gonna-
are they deriving their magical whatever from the world? Also, are they using it every time they they actually physically use magic? Or is it like stored, is it like banked inside of them so it doesn't, yeah.
So that would mean that the Majrat are more OP by comparison.
Probably.
Sure. Yeah.
In any event, but the problem with Xenia's theory is that mortals, casually generate anima, so eventually the world would build back a charge.
See, that would be great if we didn't all die first.
Yeah, we would all die first, so that would be a problem.
Yeah.
Also, I have a theory that reproduction, and this is going into let's all be mature about this. So,
That's not.
in
What?
reproduction, it's like
Thanks, Kit. Thanks.
Sorry.
I imagine that reproduction, it could be a sort of arcane, it could be like an organic magical spell, so that it would, like, you extract anima from the world in order to create this new soul. So, like, in that theory, then that could mean that the entire race would just, like, lose all of its youngins. You would not be able to reproduce.
I think I'm just gonna throw all my inappropriate comments at chat because
that's probably for the best. I think we'll keep
belong.
Yeah, that's where they belong.
Yes.
I mean, it kind of just breaks my brain that.
But I will say this: if Xenia went through, then there would be nothing magical about sex.
Oh, god damn it, Lime.
You sort of took my joke.
Oh, god damn it,
I typed it first,
Lime.
but still.
Anyways.
After watching Interstellar yesterday and then having this discussion today, my mind is actually broken.
So,
the world's Lime physics.
I'm gonna write a theory about this, and that will inevitably mean that Raven will go and break it again. But
will it involve sex?
As
Please say no.
Yeah, in the next version of Majorette Memories, we now learn about the Majorette reproductive system.
Oh
and
god.
some people are rejoicing in here.
Don't you guys remember about a year ago how we basically forced Osborne to determine how Majorette reproduce?
Can we not ship the Majorette, please?
it's like,
Can we not?
So here's the plan. Walter and I are gonna write a theory, and I'm gonna post it to the RuneScape Lores discussion. There's gonna probably be some raging from Wahi about how he's right, and
it's generally raging from the most of the forum about everything. So
everyone will argue, and then Raven will go and break it again, and Walter and I will try again.
And then the process will continue because Raven will see you and say, "That's potted plant cannot make my lore better than me," and break it.
So
his potted plant actually grows off the tears of a lime.
That sounds like a cocktail, tears of lime.
Jascertes, this is not a dating site. Oh dear.
So
Here we go.
I'm going to say this, and this is going to be my determination. Even if I'm wrong 1,000 times, that means I will have to make 1,001 threads.
Let's go.
And then he denies that one too, and you're like, well...
Well, damn.
So, that was our magical discussion, unless anybody else has anything to say about that.
So all of that go to you.
The TLDR is that, everything's borked, and we'll be fixing it. Well, we'll try and figure it out.
Define everything. Everything in your theory? Yes. Everything in the world? It's
all borked.
I don't know. It's just like the entire way that we look at magic.
It's been turned on its end.
And it's also worth mentioning, like, how much can we actually trust what is said through the various characters? Like, it's just something to think about. Like, can we actually trust what Jas is saying?
Yeah, just like,
was Xenia trying to, like, or did Xenia kind of just hit a nerve or something, and Jas just was like, "I'm going to tell you what you want to hear, so that you go and you beat the crap out of it." Like,
it could also be that the prehistoric abyssal was saying those things to get Xenia to put all the anima into the abyss so that he'd have it, but it doesn't make sense in context, because why would then our fate be sealed if the witch had achieved, unless Xenia had already done the damage, and Marianne was too late.
After that Elder Stalker Chronicle thingy, I'm fairly certain that Jas is actually the host of a reality TV show.
Oh no.
It just follows us around all day, called The Elder Stalker. And we're the star.
God. If any of you are not aware of The Elder Stalker, let me go and find the exact...
What have you done?
The exact dialogue. Oh, here it is. So it is a combined observation between you watching yourself, like it's like the present, and revelry. No, it's sleeping and revelry. It's your sleeping one, which I'm trying to find the actual name of it.
Wait, I have something.
Ballor just went, Meg will watch that show religiously. Oh, too good.
Alright, what is the name of it? I love that. This seems to show, oh, that's not good. Oh, it's silence. So it's silence and revelry. When you combine those two, you get Elder Stalker, the combined observation, the Elder Stalker. The examined text is these combined observations prove that the mouthpiece is a little too interested in what you get up to. And when you click it, the dialogue it gives you, or the text box it gives you, is looking over the combined visions, you can demonstrate that the mouthpiece has a dangerous and kind of creepy obsession with you. Worth finding yourself.
You better watch out. You better not die.
No. We're not gonna do that now. A song has been made by Lime that may get revealed at some later date.
Oh,
Figure it out.
Seems like a good Christmas song, so maybe we'll do it then.
Let's refine the lyrics, you know.
Maybe we'll torture our viewers with it then.
Seercast
Do it.
music.
Seercast the musical. Oh.
Hey, that'd be fun on
That'll
Broadway.
happen after Seercast the Abridged series.
Exactly. Oh, one of my favorite pieces of dialogue, or not really dialogue, but as you're looking over the memories of yourself, you just make all these snarky comments about how horrible you look. You never realize how horrible you look when you're asleep.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I didn't know I drooled
true.
that much.
It's true, though. Oh my god. Okay, and then, but yes, I think that covers what we wanted to mention about that. Where is the rest of the thread? There's the thread. There's apparently a Thanksgiving event with 20 JMods. There's a whole bunch of...
Well, they're more turkey mods.
Okay, right.
Penguin turkey mods.
Penguin
Yes.
turkey mod.
Penguin turkey mods. If you find a bunch of them, you get
If you
rewards.
find 10 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you find 10 of them, you get the Thanksgiver title. And if you find all 20 of them, which is members only, you get a large XP lamp, which is oddly shaped like a small XP lamp, as well as the rest of the Thanksgiving event rewards.
I should probably
such
go
as
and do that.
The Macker's pet, if you didn't have it
Yeah,
yet.
there's not much time left for them.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're pretty easy. They stay in a general area, and all the examine text is pretty funny.
Yeah. Speaking of the jazz stuff, I do want to mention that in the VIP Q&A for November, Mod Osborne declared, I guess I should say, that V found the Stone of Jas on the cusp of the Second Age, shortly after Guthix went to sleep. So this moves the likely split of the Lunar clan up quite significantly. He also has no idea who or what Bukala is.
Which still is making me dance around a little bit, because basically, it's this super, super obscure piece of lore that one of the Dagannoth kings, if you examine them, says basically, you know, they killed the Bukala, or whatever Bukala is. And apparently Osborne didn't even know it existed, so this is a win in my book. Now that he's aware it
Thump the
exists.
J-Mod. Successful. There are two more Guardians, as well as there's two more Guardians of Guthix, and because Rip Thorlaw, Guthix is probably alive in the world of the 200th quest. We borked it, guys.
We
Yes,
did it.
we borked it and
Nailed it.
Himself twice.
The world is still sleeping.
Nailed it.
Twice.
Anyways,
Probably because nobody could have even walked up to the butterfly thing and even, you know, nobody could have opened the doors.
They could have
Okay.
tried.
but yeah,
I just have this vision of like every villain in the game all standing outside the doors, all pulling on a different side of the door, and nothing is happening. And then we pop into the world and they're like, you open the door, and we're like, oh god.
okay.
Again.
Like,
Shink.
one of the Majrat just tried digging around and it doesn't work.
God damn it, Lamistard. No, in the 200th
Gets
quest world,
sacrificed.
in the 200th quest world, the last Majrat to be, the last 3 Majrats to be sacrificed are Azzy, Wahi, and Zemrigal. And Lamistard, Ralvash, and Palkir are still alive.
Wait. How
Make
can
it happen, Stu.
How can
Huh?
Zemrigal be sacrificed if he's in the 200th quest?
That's not important. That is actually not important.
It's Revenant. No, it's a player that's constantly spamming the Majorat transformation emote. I am Zemorgel! Fear me!
I was just thinking of the first
First three months.
Zammy one that I can think of, and the first one that popped in my mind was Zemorgel.
I'm in first, but I'm also dead! Don't worry about it, though.
It's okay, I got this.
I got this.
Anyways.
Hey, is that you? No. It's actually Moya.
Anyways, we're off topic.
A little bit.
In the 200th quest, Moya probably doesn't exist.
Because Lucian... no?
Who knows?
No, she exists.
Anyways. But yeah, so moving on. We also want to mention briefly this stuff about December BTS. So, we know, and we have known for a while that there's going to be an elf task set that is happening in December. There's 54 new tasks covering a wide range of skills. In before 3 elite summoning skills.
No. In fact, the highest summoning that's supposed to be required for this is just to make a light creature.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
At least-
good.
I could be wrong about that, but you do seem to require 90 in all stats because you have to make a 90 cape in Prif using the flax patch.
Oh,
Interesting. Well, that means I've got to get 1 level.
Yeah, I have a couple of... It's not that
what skill is it?
You also...
Strength?
90
What
in all
else?
skills. Yeah. You also have to be able to enter the Max Cape Garden, which actually... Or the Max Guild Garden, which doesn't actually require any 99s, thank goodness.
No, it just, you
Yeah,
need
you
either
Just a quest.
you need a quest cape.
Yep.
But yeah, it's focused around Prif, the Safdar Forest, Underground Pass, Poison Waste, Temple of Light, Death Altar. You get a Tyranid Quiver.
It's pretty cool, actually.
Useful for all combat styles, so finally there's a use for the Quiver slot if you're doing anything other than ranged.
Yep.
I still am confused as to why there isn't a rune thing. Like, why the Surge box didn't go in there and stuff. But, whatever.
Because it does in
That's
Daemonheim.
irrelevant now.
That's the best part. It goes in that slot inside Daemonheim.
Yep. Well, it didn't used to. It used to be offhand.
It used to be offhand.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah, we know all the easy tasks. And the funniest part is some of the requirements for the easy tasks are higher than the Lumbridge hard tasks. It's kind of impressive.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're higher than the, Seers hard as well. Seers Elite. Yeah. Like most of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Seers
so
Elite is not very...
They have revealed
Seers
all
Elite
of
is
the
so
easy
not
tasks.
elite.
And there's Kill a Disciple of Iban while using Iban's staff, which requires 50 magic.
God damn it, that means I have to
Navigate
go get that thing
the
again.
underground pass using the thieving shortcuts and talk to Clank on the way through about his gloves. So go through the entire underground pass and
Gah!
Yay!
Then you have to enter through the gates of the Arendar Pass while only wearing a full set of mourner gear. You have to get Gwir and Letya to remind you about your previous adventures in the Elven Lands. Then use the Tyranid Lodestone. Equip a Tyrus helm inside Tyrus camp. Finally, I have had one in my bank for like 4 years.
Wait, that thing is a thing?
Apparently it's a thing.
Yeah, you can buy it in Fort Tyrus. Mine some limestone at the mountains of Arendar. Attempt leaf trap. Yep. Teleport to the fairy ring in the poison wastes. Have a Luned recharge a teleport crystal for you in Isafdar. Kill a shadow in the Temple of Light with a shadow spell. And kill a warped terrorbird or tortoise in the warped poison waste dungeon. Those are the easy things. And the rewards are
It seems like a pile of spam.
You get the
takes forever.
The prayer bonus of 1, and you will never fail leaf traps again. You get bonus damage.
Oh god.
It acts as a chime, and it teleports to various locations in the Elven Lands 5 times a day. You can also sell limestone to some lady named Meredith and claim Swamp Tar in Zetya's general store. We also know 4 of the medium tasks, which is purchase a halberd from the Tyrus camp and then use it to kill an elf in the elf camp.
Yeah.
Then there's a bank a shark fished from the Elven Lands using the elf camp deposit box, which requires not a ton of fishing because you don't have to barehand this one.
Oh god.
It should be
but
barehand just to be consistent.
Yeah.
For another 90 plus fishing.
Yeah,
It's like all the elites are either require super high fishing, super high prayer, or super high summoning, and that's it.
Or super high runecraft.
Or super high herb lore.
Yeah.
That's the other one.
Super high room.
This also does require Deadliest Catch.
Okay. That thing.
Then there is Exit Dronwin from the Galarpos Mountains, which is use that shortcut from the Prisoner Glufrey.
Oh god.
And
That
also-
thing that nobody uses. That's not a
One of those things I
shortcut.
run just because I'm bored.
Shortcut. And then you
Quote
also need to
air
attempt to
quotes.
pass one of the poison bolt tripwire traps, and we don't know any of the other ones. And then you get the Dronwin Quiver 2 with a prayer bonus of 2. You don't fail poison traps. You get bonus damage against shadow creatures. You can teleport to the Poison Waste dungeons and Tyrus 5 times a day. You get a brand new mushroom patch. You get less charges used when using a crystal bow. Grenwalls no longer need baiting on their traps.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
That's a good one.
Huge. We don't know the rewards for the elites, and we don't know any of the hard tasks, but the rewards for it is, the hard tasks is the quiver with a prayer bonus of 3, more harmony moss per harvest, faster
That's
use
good.
of cleansing crystals, buffs against elves, so you deal more damage, and then some
I like
teleports
that.
to various locations throughout the Elflands again. If you're using Lord Armlod, or Amlod to swap shards, he'll give you more than Bogrog.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bronwyn
He's
will
just
take
not somebody, okay?
Bronwyn will take Chronicles for you, and Lunette, which is the lady dude, or I don't actually know because I don't buy from them, will sell more battle staves than like the 3 they sell right now.
Cue another market update, but won't him swapping for more shards screw up that
Well, see,
entire everything?
you still have to use your charm and your tertiary anyway, so you're just getting little chunks of 25 GP back.
Oh, I guess I'm back. I have it backwards. Never
So
mind.
you're-
He's
you're
not
still
like
not-
selling shards for less. or giving you. Okay,
So-
yeah,
so
okay, I have
basically
it backwards.
You take your pouch to him and
Yeah,
swap
got
shards that you can at Bogrog. He's just going to give you more shards than Bogrog normally.
Got it.
Except
Never
for
mind
the
then.
ones that are 1 shard, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah,
yes,
it's a pretty nice set of rewards, and I'm eager to see what the elite ones are.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Also
Something
in
is
also in December, there's the Dominion Tower update that we've been asking for like 4 years.
Everyone
We finally get Vanstrom and the door boss,
Yeah.
meaning Grimson. Grimson and Jeff.
And Yelps.
And we get Char as well.
Yep.
I don't know how they're gonna do Char in there, cause Char wasn't like your standard boss.
Yeah, she
was-
had her own personal arena, and you had to stand in the water stuff to avoid her overheating.
I don't know how they're gonna do that. They'll probably figure it out some way.
I mean-
But yeah, so there's that stuff. You also get a new Rumble mode.
Grimsum and Hrimdar, you can't open and close the gate.
You can't go up and down the stairs to bug out the...
Exactly. I'll kill you. No, you won't. Hang on, I'll be back in a minute. Just wait right. Don't heal, okay?
Just wait right there.
Who's gonna see if- Yeah. My favorite
Seeing
part,
as
like,
how
it
I'm the
makes
only
sense.
one here that probably didn't glitch out the boss fight.
I did not glitch out the boss fight the second time.
I didn't
The
do
second
it
time.
quick.
Okay, Lime.
The
I just
funniest,
used really old game mechanics which are always there.
the funniest
And
is
then I
that
didn't kinda dance.
they later nerfed the fight like a couple months after, so that not only could you still continue to use the door slash stair glitch, but then once you killed one of them, you could teleport out, restock, come back, and kill the other one with a new inventory. Like it was
Yeah.
2 separate boss fights.
I guess it was that guy that tried it 80 plus times or whatever that...
Yes. That guy.
Like,
How even?
that guy whines more than I do about bosses.
But yeah, anyways. Yeah, so there's that. Rumble mode is kind of group Dominion Tower bossing. So groups of up to 5 go to the roof and battle with special new power-ups. Then you get 3 types of Dreadnip, probably 1 per combat type. An extreme Dominion medallion because I guess they ran out of numbers after 4. And,
Like Val,
updated
look at
XP
the number
board.
5. Plus there's more titles, so expect a title where you have to be performing jumping jacks while wearing a reindeer hat, and then use a raw sardine on the giant face.
I'm still waiting for a title count in RuneScape. I'm still waiting for that to show up.
I can in fact tell you how many titles there are in the game. If you
No,
give
I
me
mean like
5
a
minutes.
title count per player.
Watch
Oh,
it.
that would be
Watch-
crazy.
Watch, you're gonna get a title if you get all the titles in the game, and it's gonna be called The Entitled.
Oh,
I
no.
Oh dear.
I suggested a title for people who have no other titles. And
Then how would they have that title?
No other titles. Keyword. So then once they gain another title, such as by verifying their email account, which you're required to do now, you lose the title.
So it'd be the rarest title in game.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Also,
Selling out with the titleless title.
oh no. Oh, speaking of which, have we figured out? I saw somebody with Sword Artist title, and
Yeah.
have we figured out anything about how to get a couple of the other really super rare titles in Prif?
Yes, we got what was it? We got the Sneaky recently, and then we also got Hunter.
Oh
right?
yeah, the sneaky one. Oh my god, I remember that. That's what you pick the clans. You pickpocket all 8 clans in order
In
within
under
10 minutes with a.
No, not 10
Ninja
minutes.
implant.
90
Yeah,
seconds.
less than that.
90
How many seconds?
Oh shit, 90
Yeah, it's
seconds.
really fast.
Yeah.
Oh,
You basically have to use the teleport crystals. Basically, you run between the two clans that are close to each other, and then teleport to the next chunk and run between them. Teleport to the next chunk, run between them, and teleport to the last chunk. And run.
Holy crap!
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
No wonder nobody found
Really run for it.
it. Walter says you can't do it with lag. Rip Walter.
And then, we got the Sword Artist one finally. We got,
What is the requirement for the Sword Artist?
you need to equip a black longsword and an offhand adamant longsword as a male character with a black Evan-style hairstyle, and then perform the Lotus Bow, Ward, and Crane poses on the Serenity posts in that order.
What the fuck?
Apparently,
Rock online hype.
reference to some anime thing that I don't watch.
It's a reference to
It's
Sword Art
everywhere.
Online. Yeah,
It's
a reference
everywhere.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I don't
That is-
understand how,
That
I
is the
understand how
most
that relates.
oddly specific set of like,
No.
wow.
Have you heard the one for the Hunter yet?
No.
Alright, here we go.
Oh boy.
Quick. A
Oh
Larupia
yeah,
hat,
this is fun.
a top, a Rupia legs, Hunter's crossbow, long habit bolts, a strung rabbit's foot, and have a teasing stick in your inventory. Then, go to the southern entrance of Frithanos to find the initial tracks. In the Iorith clan sector, use the teasing stick on the small obelisk. In the Traherne sector, use the teasing stick on any unmined gem rock. In the Kadarn sector, kill a Kadarn Magus, and this must be completed with all the required gear equipped. Then, in the Cruis sector,
Oh my god!
the teasing
Wait,
stick
gets
spirit tree. Then in Melir, use it on the Harmony Pillar. In the Tower of Voices, use it on the Lodestone. In the Ithil Clan sector, use it on the Crystal Flex Sandstone Mine. In the Amlad sector, use it on the Light Rift. And then in the Heffen Clan sector, investigate a rabbit named Madoc in the by the statue of Sarah. In order
Who
to earn
found that?
so basically, it was given away on Twitter at one point.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh
I can't
my
imagine anyone
God.
figuring that out.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
just,
This was Title Hunt.
Wow, that is just what?
Yeah.
And we still don't know one or two of them.
we apparently don't, people have Dark Lord, but we're not actually sure how to get it.
Wasn't that the one where you talked to the
No.
Dark Lord pet? Was it there? I thought we knew how to get that one.
Basically, people thought it was kill 1,000 shadow creatures, and people got it, but apparently that wasn't it. And apparently it does require having a quest cape. But beyond that, we don't really actually know.
So people have it, we just have no idea how they have
Yeah.
it.
They just got it somehow, and they're not sure how that happened.
Alright, well. And so we don't know that one. There's another one that,
we also don't know Mod Sarah's hidden title. It's
that's the one I saw on Twitter today. That they were trying to give them.
Yeah. You have to move that stuck Memoriam crystal, you have to use certain items on it, and nobody knows what to use on it. There's no hints.
And she's not giving any
As long
hints.
as they tried
It's the
to
next
grab
doll
it.
hunt.
Like a year later, somebody will be like, guys, I finally got it! And it's like 3 super obscure items that they had to make themselves.
Watch it be like 3 items, like bread, milk, and then it's just like the 3, like the most, like, oh, okay.
Watch, you have to use items that start with the letters that spell out Sarah's name. So like an item starting with S, and then A, and then R, and then A, and then H. And then it unlocks. If that's actually
Wow.
love me. It's probably not actually it, so you're under no obligation to do so.
Oh my god. Like,
Some of these are like,
obscure titles, like, that, I don't, Who was in that? I want to see like the meeting when they came up with, alright guys, we're going to make the most ridiculously random obscure titles that you have ever heard of.
Well, basically,
Let's
anybody that works
where's
on
where's our title for finding the Gaul?
Stu, get on that.
Case, what would be a good title though? The Finder?
Probably.
Oh, come on, the title's gotta be The Gullible.
The Stupid?
Gullible! The Gullible! That's great.
Well done.
Thank you, Ballor. Yeah. That's the only thing you've said this entire cast. And it was a winner.
That's fantastic.
The insane. That also works.
Yeah.
Every mod needed their own Gaul hunt. Live gives it a 10 of 10. But
legitimately, basically anybody that worked on, Prif was basically okay to put their own title in. And, people like Rowley were like, yeah, I'll just make you wait 10 minutes on the course. And then people like Hunter
did that.
Yeah, and I mean, there was
a
challenge title where you eat 50 bananas while wearing the Minam outfit and a fairy banner. I mean, like,
wait, that was an actual title?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, the challenged, and that was, I'm totally blanking on his name right now. The guy Campbell, the guy that did all of the challenges during Super September last year. And apparently a mime outfit and a fairy banner is his in-game outfit that he wears when he streams. But if you don't follow RuneScape streaming, you would never get that.
Never get that.
Ever. I mean, I think the titles are hilarious, and just like how overly complex they are is hysterical. But
the level of thought put into these by the J-mods is kind of disconcerting.
Yeah.
It's kind of disconcerting.
I mean, like, we thought the ones from batch 1 were hard, like, make an uncooked stew, cooked meat and a chicken while wearing a mud pie and proof nuts. Oh, that's so complicated, Stew.
The gullible title.
Well, no, these are just like, screw you difficult. Just
these are Twitter guys, maybe you'll get answers. Nudge, nudge, need followers.
Yes, follow all of us, please.
Yes, follow all of us.
This is the moment where we plug the Seercast. You know,
follow us on Twitter at Seercast.
Interact with us, join our community thingy stuff thing.
Tell us where lore failing, please. Give us an excuse to use our amazing graphics.
Watch me invade Gordon. Watch me invade Korea and Gordon get mad about it.
Oh my god. Anyways.
Oh jeez.
Anyways. We didn't ever finish up the BTS, so I'll just quickly go over the fact that there's a Christmas update that is...
Actually, it's 3 updates.
Looks pretty great.
Yeah, it's 3 updates. Where we help Santa deliver presents, there's chaos in Varrock, tinsel snakes have escaped, oh dear. We get the Snoverload?
It's
It's an overload.
Snowy overload.
I would have thought they'd been Snoverlord, but okay, whatever. It's the same thing.
It was basically a Twitter competition where, you submitted your name.
Yeah.
And I personally submitted Snorago, but oh well.
Nope. And then apparently there's the Queen of Snow will arrive and melt some snow elementals. But yeah, so that's a thing. Yay.
Oh, as additional note, apparently the new Viraga rotation is still supposed to come this month as well, for anybody that cares about that.
Oh my god.
Nope.
Why are they still... Oh my god.
How many things do you want to stick onto it before?
Anyways, so I think that pretty much covers everything that we wanted to say today. Anything I missed that needs to be said?
No, I don't think, there's a song.
Nope. Nope.
Can't do that.
Wait, we're not even done with it yet.
Nope, Lime. No. But the viewers can get teased by the fact that we're noping the song.
Yes.
Well, and I also posted it on Twitter, so.
Yeah, okay, well.
Apparently there's a big
Lime,
train
god
wreck
damn it. Anyways, but yeah, so that should cover everything. Thanks for watching. We will be back when will we be back next?
Never.
it honestly looks like the next time we'll be back is January BTS.
Or January 4th.
Yeah.
Might be
dear.
January BTS. If not, I mean, follow us on Twitter at Seercast for updates. Hashtag sellout. Anyways.
Nailed it.
But, nailed it.
Got
But yeah, so yeah, we'll be back for sure January BTS, possibly before then, depends on what we think about the updates. Depends on if there's lore, depends on a lot of things. Depends on if we're available the week after Christmas and stuff, which we probably won't be. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and what?
Before we end, there are 234 available titles in RuneScape.
That's a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
But still nowhere near as much as
and
we
not-
Anyways.
And you can never have all of them.
Yeah, because a lot of them are,
Some of them are choices, such as
Yeah.
no quests, and then there's Hardcore Iron Man and Regular Iron Man. So, good luck.
God emissary.
yeah, it's got M series as well. But yeah, that should cover everything. So thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Thanks, Pat Gunn.
Goodbye.